Good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming to you. Today is Monday, June the 17th. We had a major move to the upside on NQ today. In the early morning, we set a high of market at a little bit over 20,000, we'll call it 13, something like that. And we just ripped right through that today and continued to make another 250 point move higher to a new high of like 20,276-ish, something like that. So what a day. I did not capitalize on this move. Let's kind of walk through a couple of the trades. This morning, I took a trade on these two accounts, a one trade with two contracts right here on a rejection of this 2010 level, 20,010 level, I should say. I did set up a two contract ATM and I kind of like it. I traded it some today. But yeah, I had a nice little trade there for a nice winner. That was the only trade there. And then early this morning, I mean, we basically went from green all the way into a red day, and I kind of salvaged a really bad day. Today really could have been pretty bad. At one point in time, I had these three accounts down over 400. Obviously, as you can see, 46, 47, 48 are over 400 in losses. And then we have the two green accounts here. But we started green across the board, and then I went back to continue to rebuild, and that's when we had some problems. So 46, 47, 48, when I went back to add or to continue to build those accounts, I had a bit of an unlucky trade right here. This literally was just an unlucky trade. Right here, I was in with two contracts of a $370 loss. I did not like the move, and I went to manually close the position. I would have closed out at probably 50 bucks as a loss, and this thing blipped up at exact instant that I hit the close all button, and so it stopped me out for a full stop loss, actually more than a full stop loss, and then it put me in a reverse position. And then the reverse position, I had another $70. So that was not very good. That's these two trades right here, just unlucky. If that blip wouldn't have happened, I would have gotten out of there with very little loss. So I had a pretty big loss at that point, and then I regained a little bit. I had a $20 winner, a $50 winner, and then I had a $175 loser, and that took it back up to nearly 500. So that was kind of a wrap on that, and I decided I'm not going to continue to trade those accounts. Oh, I did have a winner earlier. That's where I had an earlier winner to start the day right here, 85 bucks, and then this was the second trade where we had this unlucky blip. So it is what it is. I'm not sad about that. But I do want you to notice my mistake today was I overtraded this range. Right here in this chop session, I overtraded, and that is what caused the problem today. So I had taken several trades here and a couple short trades, and those were both incorrect. The two long trades were correct, and obviously the one reverse position was not. But now let's move to accounts 43. So this was the undoing here of these accounts. If you notice, we had traded here, and I continued to trade looking for a rejection that never happened. And that was my biggest mistake today. When I started to have some losing trades here on these accounts, I should have waited and looked for better confirmation, either this market doing a pullback and a retest and then continuing to pull back, or have a better indication of what direction we're going. So yeah, I really did some damage to myself through there. And as you can see, I took a short trade here after we had this move down. I had a little bit of a winner, took a short trade here, and that was the start of the move higher. Had I only taken that as a long trade, it would have been an entirely different afternoon. So just poor judgment on my part. That's all there is to it. I overtraded that area, and that was the problem. To round out the day, again, I didn't trade any of this area with NQ. The move was so much that I just didn't feel like I had enough drawdown to play. And I have not talked about this, but I have been trading the Dow on evals, and I've been tracking the Dow, and I like it. I like it a whole lot better than oil. Today was the first time I've traded PAs, and I did okay. And this is really where I regained those losses from 43, 44, and 45. The other thing that stood out to me that I may need to do some more of is I used to be a lot more just price action trader and wasn't paying attention to levels at all. And today during this area here, I was literally just price action trading and got these accounts back to nearly break even, which to me is a big win. So I may need to incorporate that a little bit, because that's obviously also how I trade evals. I'm still using the levels, but I'm not afraid to take a trade based on price action if it's in an area that I just feel confident in. So yeah, that was just something that really stood out to me today. I really missed a great opportunity here. I actually had a good day on evals. I traded a couple of evals today, passed another one. So I have 2 accounts that I can turn into funded accounts. And I have another one here that's, 900 away, 850 away technically. Also had a little bit of some progress back on my 250K, getting it a little bit further away from being, or a little bit better position than what it has been. It was $1,000 away from being blown basically. So, but yeah, and I passed this account on this trade right here. I took a long off this level on the Dow and capitalized on that move. And I looked at that trade when I placed it, and I thought, man, I should be taking this with a PA account. And I didn't. I decided, well, don't be greedy. You're copy trading 3 evals. Just let's see what happens here. And, that's really kind of what prompted me to, hey, I need to look at this and just trade some price action with my funded accounts. So I'm really happy that I did that. And I'll continue to probably trade the Dow if it's working. And if we have levels to go off of, or areas that I really like. So anyway, yeah, that was just today. If you look at the Dow itself, the high was back here in May. I think we topped 40,600. And it has definitely pulled back and seems to have definitely had a move to the upside today. So kind of curious to see how that plays out. But I'm going to continue to trade that to some degree. I'm still, the number one area for me is obviously NQ. But if some of these others play, then we will play as well. I think I took a couple trades on with ES on 43 as well. These 3 accounts, they were both small winners. There's a $60 winner and a $50 winner. But those were a couple of trades that I took there. So yeah, overall, I feel like, if this bad trade, this unlucky trade doesn't happen with the second group of 3, I probably don't end up with too bad of a red day. I might have ended up, who knows? Hindsight is 20/20, and who knows what would have happened. But I guess if you look at that and you kind of think through that, I just feel like I probably could have been maybe closer to break even, or who knows. But yeah, today doesn't feel like that bad of a day, even though we ended up with an $1,100 loss on the day. Let's take a look at TradeZella. This is today. Really, for having a losing day, the average win-loss is not terrible. Trade win rate 50%. I took a lot of trades. What was the trade number for today? 77 trades with copy trading and stuff. That's a little bit high for me. On my note, I'm trying to remember what I wrote. Yep, biggest mistake was continuing to trade the 20,010 level on NQ, looking for rejection that never happened. Need to be patient after a loss and wait for the market to give me better direction. Also had a tough loss where manually went to close a trade. In that exact moment, the market had a small rip up, stopped me out, which we just talked about. A bit unlucky, and I was able to bring back 3 accounts to almost break even. There's a misspelling that bugs me. Break even after being down over 400 each. So yeah, overall, I'm happy with today. Let's just put it that way. And on the month, we're not that bad of a shape. We are down $3,700, $3,800. That is 100% recoverable. I've just had a streak here of red. And here's kind of the way it's looking, I think, for the next couple of days. Wednesday, the market is closed. And tomorrow, I think I might take the day off. That's what I'm thinking right now, at least for the morning. I've got some things going on in the forenoon, and I'm not going to be able to trade anyway until probably lunchtime, and I may just take tomorrow off. We'll see how the day goes, but I don't be surprised if I take tomorrow off and obviously take Wednesday off. So I may not have another update for you guys until Thursday the 20th. So keep that in mind if you're out there looking for updates. And then just a reminder also, if I don't come back with an update before Thursday, the Apex sale, the 71% off sale, is ending tomorrow night. And I'm kind of curious to see what they bring out next. I wouldn't be surprised to see an 80% off sale, but in any case, we'll give you an update once we have that on what that sale is, which most of you will probably find out what the deal is anyway. So take profit, that 40% off lifetime is still going on. So if you're trading take profit, that is a really nice deal that they've got going on. So I think that's pretty much a wrap for today. Like I said, it doesn't feel terrible. The numbers are a little bit worse than what it feels like to me. So we'll take that and we'll move on for another day. One thing I did notice, if 49,000 was the marker, we would be right there. I basically, on almost all these accounts, I gave back about $1,000, and I gained some, lose some, gained some, lose some. So I'm in a bit of this seesaw area, but it is what it is. We're going to keep working at it, and hopefully we can get some accounts into profitability and get to a payout sometime here towards the end of the month, early July, when the next payout cycle rolls around. So we'll keep trading, we'll keep working at it. Hope you had a great day, have a great night, and we'll catch up with you. If not tomorrow, it'll be Thursday afternoon. So long.